So where are we, Trevor?
Well, this is Wareham.
Why are we in Wareham?
Which was the junction for the Swanage branch. And this is where we're standing on the Weymouth-bound platform. And just up the other end there, the Swanage train would have waited so that people could change from one to the other just by walking across the platform. The train that's just come in here is going to London, so the opposite way.
We won't be getting that one then.
We'll be staying here for a bit, especially as the weather's so nice.
We don't really fancy going to London, do we?
No. Last place I'd like to go today.
Well, this is nice. We can see a signal box, or what was the signal box, just over your left shoulder, and that's a very nice sight and a nice footbridge. So we're hoping to have a bit of steam action, aren't we, over the next day or two?
That is definitely the plan, and it'll be interesting to see what they put on the train today.
Yeah. Farewell, train to London.
So we're at Norden. We're about to board the 1440 to Swanage, and you can see the engine behind us. Standard 4 tank, so all in good health by the look of it. And we're looking forward to seeing the seaside.
We better jump on then, Trevor.
I guess so. We've got a few minutes yet, but we want to be in the first coach, don't we?
Where are we now then?
Well, this is Swanage. This is the end of the line, and you can see the crowds coming off the beach here. This is where the engine is going to come off the coaches and run round to the other end, so we can go back to Norden. But it's warm in that cab, all enclosed on a day like this. We're talking about mid-20s degrees C here. We got quite excited coming in, Andy and I, because there's quite a few other engines parked outside the station. A couple of really big express engines, and also one engine from the National Railway Museum. So quite a cop, as they say.
And this looks like it's about to move.
Yeah.
What about that then? Listen to that sound.
Yeah. This is where the engine takes water for the next run. And just over here is the original goods shed. But just beyond the engine is a signal box that's been built by the Preservation Society in the old style. It's a brand new signal box.
So how's your day going so far?
Well, I'd have to give it 10 out of 10, Andy. Yeah, it's, I mean, what could you ask for more, really? It's the most gorgeous day, steam engine, and the bonus of green coaches, southern country. Well, here we are back at Norden, and our standard Ford tank, built in Brighton, 1955, is just about to go to the other end of the coaches again. But we think, in fact we can hear the crossing going down over there. We think this diesel, Class 33, is going to join this train, hook on the back for a ride down the line to save a separate working. So we're looking at two generations, steam engine. This engine was the sort that pulled the last steam train from Swanage, and the diesel 33 is what took over.
Right on cue. How excited are you about this, Trevor?
Well, I think probably more excited about the steam engine than the diesel, but as diesels go, this is very nice.
So pretty much as you predicted then?
It seems that way, yes, and how nice, or how should we say nostalgic it is to hear that Sulzer 8-cylinder diesel engine running and revving up slightly just now. In fact, this engine is mainline registered, so recently when the Swanage line took out its U-Class steam loco on the main line, this was on the other end of the train, partly to help reversing, but also a bit of insurance in case there was a problem. So yeah, two generations. Here we are at Norden in the sunshine. Well, good morning. Another glorious day, the 26th of June, and here we are on Swanage seafront, the archetypal English seaside town. And just looking over this way, we've got Peveril Point, and you're looking over my shoulder at Ballard Down, and in between you've got this lovely sweeping bay with the sandy beach, where in fact I first remember playing as a 6-year-old. So it's a little bit of a blast from the past, to be honest. And as I watch now, there's this people setting out deck chairs. You can hire them for £3 a day. It really is so traditional in different ways. That the lifeguard is just opening up to keep a watch on the beach, although the sea this morning is so calm and peaceful. It doesn't look any danger at all. Anyway, we're off to the railway station to see what's going, and we'll catch up with you later. Okay, well here we are at the station, and the next train is in the platform. It looks like a Class 33 diesel is going to pull this one. Not quite so many people around as there was last night. So we're going to go on the station now and see what time this goes. We're aboard now, the 10:40 departure from Swanage, which will be a couple of minutes. And it's just worth noting that the carriage we're in, as you can see, first of all, we're in a compartment which you no longer have the opportunity to travel in the main network. But this particular carriage is a 1940s design. It's in a way one of the precursors of the British Rail Mark I design. This is attributed to Oliver Bullitt, and fundamentally it's still a wooden frame but steel panelling, very nicely fitted out. And this particular carriage has got a couple of compartments. This is one of them, and then the rest of the carriage is an open format with a central gangway. So historic coach, and one that would have worked on the Swanage line in its early years on through trains from London. Motive power is a Class 33. For memory, I think it's now carrying the name Jenny Lewis, who was a young Royal Naval officer who died young but was a very avid Class 33 enthusiast. And this particular one is painted in the early green livery, like when they were new. I think these entered traffic in the very early 60s, and again would have been used on through trains from Swanage to London after steam finished in 1967.
What have you just been filming?
Oh, okay. Well, we're at Harmon's Cross now, and we've waiting in the passing loop to pass the steam train heading back into Swanage. So the signalman comes down from his signal box and collects the single line token from the steam service to show that part of the line is now clear. So we'll be given the token, so we're safe to proceed. We're not going to hit anything coming the other way. So it's a lovely piece of traditional technology that keeps us safe. And there goes the steam train now, back to Swanage. So the two alternate all day, so the steam and diesel will shuttle backwards and forwards, because it's important transport function in the Norden at the far end acts as a park and ride facility for Swanage, so it saves cars going into town.
I've driven it at Swanage for, I don't know, 10, 15 years.
You must know it very well.
I drive steam as well.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm dual track. I drive to be honest, I drive everything.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Well, you can see the ruins on the hill behind me here. This is Corfe Castle, or was Corfe Castle before it was destroyed at the end of the Civil War. And this castle, or the ruins, has sort of haunted me ever since a kid, because my grandparents had some placemats with photographs of Dorset, and one of them had the Corfe Castle ruins on it, and I always used to think it was exceedingly spooky. And I tried not to sit at the place where the mat was. But on a day like this, you can't be scared of it, can you? Castle station, and you can see over here the building, which has got a lovely Victorian feel. It takes you back practically to when the line opened in 1885. And on this side you can see the new signal box. It's a recreation of what used to be there years ago, except with a difference on this one. It's got windows at the front, whereas in the old days the windows at the front were blocked because the station master lived over here and he didn't want to be overlooked. So the train to Swanage will be here shortly, and we'll catch up with you when we're back at the seaside. We're at Harman's Cross now. So this is where we pass the steam train going the other way. So this is a reverse of what happened earlier on today. And this is a completely new station that's been built in the preservation era, but still has a very southern atmosphere. It feels like it's been here for decades, and a real charming spot. We're just leaving Norden now. This is our final leg on our third return trip, so we're getting to know the line a little bit now. You can hear as we go you can hear it right at the front of the train, just behind the engine. It's the standard full tank again, 80104, and I think we're agreeing, the two of us, that this is a very well presented line, very friendly. The staff are very chatty, all very well presented in their uniforms. And the rolling stock seems pretty clean, and well organised line, and the weather has just made it just a perfect English summer weather. So heading back to Swanage with a cup of tea. Hi there, we're back at Swanage, and this is the end of the line, literally. The buffer stop is just down there. So the engine's being uncoupled, and we'll run forward to run round the coaches in a moment. And just to say how lovely this line has been this last couple of days, and how much we've enjoyed just chuntering through the Dorset countryside in this lovely summer weather, and enjoying the sights and sounds of what our parents and grandparents knew. So here she comes. So, just to sign off and say thank you to my great friend Andy, who's been the other side of the camera. Thanks, Andy.